But now it's time for the Woofs running Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge. Take it away.
И у нас
Thank you
тут
very much.
Monkey
Hello,
Island.
everybody. The Wolf's here with you. This is going to be an any percent
Выбираем
run of
сложность.
Monkey
Это у
Island
нас
2
средний
on
процент.
the FM Towns version, which
А я
is
видел, там
a
Tiny
strange
Tim
request
донатил. Он тут,
somehow.
оказывается, на комментаторе
Before we get
приехал.
started, introduce my commentators to my left, your right, probably. Tiny Tim.
Hello there, folks.
And
Вот,
through the amazing
специализируется на таких вот досовских играх старых, на играх даже постарше, чем досовские.
Howdy.
Excellent. All right. Team is all here. We're going to be playing the full version, I guess the normal version, I guess is what we would call it within the community here, which is, you know, us wanting all of the puzzles and all the work. It is worth shouting out the light version as well, which we run on the Amiga version. So if you do like kind of this any percent, that's worth watching. Light one has a lot of its own kind of quirks to it, but it is its own category, so yeah, worth checking out. In any case, we'll jump right into it here. So three. Oh, I gotta probably push the button here. Three.
Так, ну мы начинаем обычную версию, в принципе. О, это квест классический от LucasArts. Это прям максимальное качество, максимальная красота. Очень здорово игра выглядит сразу.
That's because it saves a lot of time, around 20 or more seconds, without music. But Spade, do you want to just jump right into some of kind of the basic?
Да, LucasArts раньше такие добротные игры делали.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how the game controls is we're using both mouse and keyboard. So your left click is your basic walk to function.
Мы используем клавиатуру и мышь. И у нас на клавиатуре много хоткеев.
A verb, click on your object, but also additionally you are right click, kind of will select a default verb. So for doors, you'll open a door, or for most NPCs, you'll talk to an NPC. Additionally, importantly, we have two other hotkeys. That's the period key.
Да, LucasArts уже, по-моему, закрылись. Ну или типа да.
So for most dialogue, we're just skipping through everything pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of cutscenes to be escaped through.
Yeah, these like point and click adventure games are kind of interesting. I don't know, interesting things to run. I think I told this story on the Grim Fandango run I had earlier in the week.
Мы собираем всякие предметы, например, палка. По глобальной карте еще можно туда-сюда ходить.
There's strangely a lot of interesting tech with this game. We'll talk a little bit more about movement, I think, which is a huge backbone of this. Strangely, which you wouldn't think, but movement's a big part of this.
Просто кликаем мышкой и ходим по заранее запланированному маршруту. Тут уже роляет заучивание. Так, заходим.
This is the FM Towns version. Storyline here is Guybrush Threepwood is our pirate, and he is searching for the treasure of Big Whoop. Unfortunately, he has now had his riches removed by Largo Legrand, and we are currently doing what we can to, well, put Largo in his place, basically. That's the first part of the storyline here.
Yeah, it's that. I guess we're basically building a voodoo doll.
Можно посмотреть, у нас уже полный инвентарь предметов, мы из них вот сейчас мышку кормили.
His theme is very iconic.
Absolutely.
It's very good.
I do like that he kind of makes. There's a reference, I suppose, to him in Monkey Island 4. It's really the only other time I think you really get much of it. But the Largo's lemonade, you can order at the Planet Threepwood in Monkey Island 4.
This series is very good for its in-jokes, obviously, and its sort of continuity in a way. There is lots of references in the later games, especially the newest one that came out last year.
Yes, yep. Yeah, late last year. Jordy has a pretty active speedrun.
September 19th.
There you go.
Так, взяли лифчик, это важно. Полезный инструмент. Ну, все как водится в этих адвенчурах. Даже малейшая, так сказать, фигня
also some of the
Может быть
faster
полезной.
runs at least use controller for a little bit as well.
Yeah, so we've both adopted a new method to skip text on Return to Monkey Island, as well as utilizing controller for movement, which is kind of odd for a 2D adventure game, but for whatever reason, Guybrush tends to move faster with the controller in a handful of spots in that game.
He's keeping up with the times.
Yeah. It was pretty nice to see some conversations on Twitter, at least with Ron Gilbert, who's kind of the creator of this game, and very supportive, you know, which I guess I didn't know what to expect, I suppose, but very supportive of speedrunning. And has agreed, at least on Twitter, with many of us that there's going to be an in-game timer eventually kind of patched in for us and things, which is, I don't know, you love to see that on these kind of strange games like this. Right,
Looking forward to that, but if I'll jump in
yes, please do.
really quick. So what we have here is one of our first really kind of big selections of dialogue. Oh,
Так, что-то он
We're back in. We're good.
неправильно
not
диалог
careful and
выбрал.
you escape at the wrong time, you're going to find
Много
yourself having
потерял
a
время.
conversation. What you see LeChuck's doing here is kind of hovering his mouse over the dialogue options he wants to choose. He's holding a period and then kind of mashing
Главное сильно не мешать. Он тут
to choose, because what happens in this
продал,
game
так
is
сказать,
that if
обменялся
you
предметы.
do two keyboard inputs at once, the game kind of only wants to accept one input, but you can kind of overlap keyboard and mouse. So by kind of juggling the two series of inputs, you're able to get all your dialogue selected fast, skip through all the text fast, and additionally, you're also skipping some cutscenes that happen in the middle of dialogue, where you're skipping over multiple lines. So the goal there is to get through the conversation in as few amount of lines as possible, because there is no like text speed of how fast lines get drawn to the screen. They just get drawn instantly
И
in
вот
one frame.
так вот мы используем предмет, поймали мышь. О,
Lines we get through.
рад.
A good Chester. So Chester,
Наконец-то карманная мышь.
our community name for the rat. As we kind of walk into
Казалось бы, так сказать, предметы абсолютно непонятные. Непонятно, как их использовать в обычной жизни, но вот тут они все абсолютно важны для сюжетного прохождения. Нужно их обменивать, комбинировать. То есть вот такие вот загадки, скажем так, которые нам игра ставит, но спидранер знает все разгадки, поэтому его ничего не останавливает. И тут много бэктрекинга, так что... Мы можем дальше продвинуться. Нам тут надо сокровища залутать.
And yeah, now we've also quickly gotten a job. Kind of brushed over that. We got a job. Immediately cut out of our job. They made the mistake of paying Guybrush up front, so we kind of snuck out through the back. And then, yeah, we're basically just going to charter a ship out of here onto the next section. Yeah, do you want to get us up to date, I guess? Or actually, this is probably a good time for donation. Absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah, we have so many donations coming in. Amazing. We have $30 from The Meows, who says, "Go on, woofs. The bonds and I."
Идем на этот домик на лодке и... Очень, конечно, смешная туда дорога. И мы поплыли. Теперь игровая карта во много раз увеличивается. У нас куда больше локаций. И, собственно, увеличивается количество предметов, которые нам надо собирать.
Who says, "Dawn of the final day, good luck on the run. I have gazed into the melon, and it forecasts a healthy coffin too." And then finally, we have a $32 donation and 32 cents from KC Adventure, who says, "Good luck, the woofs. Here's hoping for a coffin 1 and LeChuck's Remember to game big and go fast. Yeah, thank you all for those donations.
Amazing. That was a great series. Thank you, everybody, for those.
Wonderful. So I'm gonna jump
Yes.
in here.
Так, тут надо ответить. Пазл, где мы должны отвечать. Немного не спешно это делаем. Тут нужно не промахнуться.
So fortunately for us, the second hand symbol kind of gets recycled on the next pattern. So there's 3
Ну,
patterns.
тут известный, в принципе, паттерн.
You have to just kind of watch it really quickly as it goes by. You only get a handful of frames to kind of see his first number and remember and react.
Но тут очень
Otherwise, that was a good job.
на запоминание все-таки, потому что тут не так много игра показывает. Там буквально несколько кадров от руки.
We can take a trip here into the library. This saves us from doing any kind of backtracking. We only need 2 books to check out from the library. And we'll grab those really quick here. Skip through the librarian's long animation of running around the library to pick up the books for us. So we only need to play this game once. If we tried to come here and guess the solution, the game just doesn't let you pass. You have to go through the motions. Otherwise, the right answer just does not appear. But we get the invitation here, and we're about to leave Fat Island and kind of continue on our path through all 3
Поплыли на очередной остров. Закупимся тут. Нам сейчас нужны предметы. Это удобная остановка, она по пути. Так будет очень быстро сделать.
So yeah, we're in the second part now. If you want to give us an update on kind of what's happening here with...
Yeah, surely. We are now, I believe, on the quest to find the map pieces.
That is right.
We've got 4 pieces of a treasure map that we have to retrieve from the various islands, and there are various sort of tasks that we have to do, including amputating this poor guy's wooden leg here. But yeah, some of the puzzles in this game are incredibly clever and very, very entertaining. I think my personal favourite is probably the spitting.
That's a great one.
That'll be coming up fairly shortly. But no, basically what we're going to be doing, and this is probably the largest part of the game, is getting the 4 map pieces, because some of the puzzles required here are quite.
Обезьянка играет на пианино, кайф.
Quite amusing.
Yeah. I love this little tune as well, where they've put in some incorrect notes, and the timing is kind of weird.
Бармен говорит, что мы уволены.
I love this.
Shoutouts to the hardest hitbox to grab, the metronome.
That is that for real.
What we're doing here is another extended dialogue.
Тут довольно большая секция диалогом.
Trying to get the 2 drinks from the barkeeper here to the blue drink and the yellow drink. These will combine to make the green drink. Which, there we go.
I love that sound that he's cleaning the glass. It sounds so metallic.
I have to comment on Guybrush's extensive pants there with the monkey, and you'll see that again later on with another larger animal, which is very very amusing.
So here's the blink and you miss it little glitch called Dread Warp. So what happens is during Chapter 2 on Scab Island, you click on to Dreadship.
Обезьянка убежала, реально.
Guybrush walks into Woodtick and then ends up just straight onto.
Схватили, мы поймали, в инвентарь ее положили. В кармане лежит, карманная обезьяна. Запихнули мужика в гробик.
As he emerges from this coffin, we've locked him in.
So here's another minor bit of RNG. So as we head into the spitting contest, we need both the green drink, which we already have, but we also need the wind to be blowing. And then also we have to cheat a little bit. So we blow the ship's horn to get the flags 1 step closer. But what happens with the wind?
И тут такой небольшой челлендж, мы на нем читерим. Переставляем флажки.
So it looks that was a pretty good win. So what can happen is either If you get 2 really fast cycles, you can just barely miss it and have to wait another full
Но
cycle
если
to
слишком
lose
быстро это
up
делать,
until
надо
15
аккуратно,
seconds or
то
so
можно промазать.
at the worst. But hopefully you just kind of get there on a couple nice average cycles, and the wind blows real quickly, and then you're on your way.
Yeah, if I recall, I think somebody looked at some of the code there, and it's like every 8 to 12 seconds it could fire off or something, right?
It's yeah, something about around those numbers. So our dialogue with Elaine there, we know what the right answers are, but where in the dialogue the correct answers appear is random. So we have to can't just memorize there. You have to just watch and react. So good reading comprehension there from the woofs.
This is the big skip here, by the way, which we have not alluded to too much. This is the whole reason we use FM Towns here.
Сейчас у нас чудесное
So in this
платье.
section, if you've ever played this game, you know that what just happened is we were trying to pick up that map piece there. And normally it blows down to the cliff on the south.
Запихнули в карман собаку.
Thanks to some interesting FM Towns tomfoolery,
Абсолютно
it's
нормально.
not there.
Нормально
It's
все.
actually skipped a spot. Spade, do you have that story? Actually, maybe we'll talk about it after the tree, because these are two big sequence breaks that are
sure.
about to
We
go
have
down here.
a really cool sequence break.
Так сказать, дефолтный юмор для этой игры.
So what we're going to do is kind of walk onto this plank and then pick up the plank from underneath our feet. And Guybrush is kind of floating there. We're going to put the plank in and then the oar.
There we go.
And this will step us up one step.
И мы можем, короче, как барон Мюнхгаузен тут
Pick up the oar,
карабкаться.
put down the oar. And what's going to happen now is we're going to trigger this cutscene where we break the oar. We get the
Так, мы запустили катсцену.
But then we end up the tree. Now this does 2 important things for us. One, it skips needing to repair the broken oar.
И мы
Tree in one go.
скипнули, кстати, это мы сделали скип таким образом.
Over in chapter 3 in LeChuck's Fortress. You can get up the tree without triggering the cutscene. However, that
Как бы без этой катсцены нельзя на дерево забраться.
Bone puzzle solution getting generated, it's just simply impossible to get through LeChuck's Fortress, and you'd need to reset there. So that was very good there, and that's our first map piece acquired.
All right, so now we've sold our prize there that we got from winning this spit contest. Totally fair way. And now we have a 4186. We need to find
4186. So it is going to be randomly generated where the sunken ship is. You got to read the book.
There we go.
4186. There we go.
This is one of my favorite themes here, this little diving theme. Which I found out recently is actually Kate's theme, but they just reuse it as all diving music later in the series. It is a banger, though. And
Indeed.
Shump. There we go. So many things in that jacket, those pants there.
Incredible inventory there.
Yeah.
Especially with the dog. I hope you noticed him picking the dog, carrying a dog around now.
Got a number of live animals on our person at this point. But that's adventure gaming for you there, I think. There we are. We're not going to pick up the parrot.
Так, пытаемся поговорить тут. И пошли обратно на корабль.
So that's the last we'll see of Booty Island here.
Вот, мы последний раз на этом острове.
Is pretty interesting because you're trying to basically get the most value out of every visit to each island that you go to, but there are, because of the way the game works and kind of the things you need to do, it's basically like two laps around.
Нам тут надо немножко 2 круга навернуть, потому что игра нам не даст сразу все сделать, все наши дела тут.
So there's a thing that we do in the community where you try to just guess which coffin Rapscallion is going to be buried in. So it is RNG. There's 5 different coffins. First coffin's the fastest. The 5th one is the slowest. So we already had some kind of guesses on the donations there. I do see another donation in here if you'd like to read it off in case anybody wants to get their guesses in. But chat, let us know what you think it might be.
All right, we have a $50 donation from Lazarus who says, Monkey Island hype. Thanks to
Monkey Island hype.
They didn't guess what coffin, but they did put their money towards the
Прогоняем мужика.
Insidious for the darkest dungeon.
Обязательная катсцена, как мы смотрим, как он медленно уходит.
I'm being confident.
It's a believer right there.
We're gonna get coffin one.
I love it. So it's in the.
All right, let's go.
The answers are in this book here. We're gonna do this kind of Indiana Jones style swap here. We're gonna get rid of.
Подменили
rid of our secret
книжку.
book because we don't need it anymore. You can use one of the other books as well, but you can't use the Joy of Hex book because we'll need that later. Anyways, let's see what we got here, folks. Is it one?
Oh.
Так сказать, список известных пиратских пиратских цитатников, так сказать.
Oh, what great RNG. Okay.
How was Wally?
I don't know. The fact that we don't remember is probably good.
All right, but here's the most infamous puzzle in all of point-and-click adventure games, maybe?
Maybe. There it is. So for anybody who doesn't use the term
Выключили водопад.
For spanner or what have you, you probably got real
Это сборник анекдотов романа Трахтенберга. Давайте сразу на чистоту.
Cover some speed tech that just happened, blink and you miss it. So we really quickly dip into that tunnel there that connects.
Обязательно надо открыть окно, починить зеркало.
And by going in and going back out to the map, we've unlocked kind of a shortcut to just walk over to this island.
Мы тут шорткат анлокнули.
Faster than just walking through the tunnels there.
I think we got that. This section is really, really hard. There's a bunch of inputs that you need to do in a very short
Тут в короткое время очень много четких инпутов, вводов надо сделать.
Basically, we'll come out with a drink, and then we need to basically swap that drink with something that's not as alcoholic.
Нам надо подменить ему напиток быстро.
This is basically a drinking contest to try to
Это вот такое, так сказать, соревнование по выпиванию, и мы, как обычно, вот наш главный герой тут читерит, подмешивает ему что-то в пойло. Тут нам нужен секретный кирпич. Мы проваливаемся вниз. Потайную комнату.
That's right, yeah. We already know it's a good coffin. So the reason that the first coffin is faster than any of the other ones, it's all about distance to the exit.
Ну, возвращаемся на корабль.
Crypt and kind of point it out when we're there. Do a little Yui here. We don't need to be in wood tick for a little bit longer. Heading back down here, but there's a crypt right here.
Так, нам нужно определенная... Как-то крипт, как это называется-то. Нам тут нужно залезть в этот гробик, открыть.
Yeah, the cemetery. So many of the backgrounds and stuff here are so well put together, but I feel like the cemetery is genuinely creepy. And then when you see Rapscallion come up, because we are gonna resurrect him from the dead, because we need to get that map piece from him.
Он собирает кусочек карты тут.
It's a great animation.
Где надо кого-то воскресить, крысу или что.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. I didn't call that out. We'll take a look. Get back in there. There are actually a bunch of coffins in there, but we only deal with some of those other ones. This is another really cool piece of tech that you wouldn't have noticed unless I call it out. But
групп вообще замечательный.
Is just like a one and a one, what we call like one. So those are always easier than having to jump.
Что-то есть такое. И от пиратов Карибского моря, да. Может, реально они вдохновлялись старыми квестами или кусарта?
And by doing that, that eliminates some dialogue options when we just talk to her right now. So it's kind of an interesting.
Так, вот у нас порошочек. Мы воскрешаем мужичка, повара. Он нам ключ дает. И раскрешается обратно.
Without having to kind of go into that screen with Rap just from the crypt screen. So there's a lot of little things about just kind of how we interact with objects, like just using it from the floor with its other object instead of having to pick it up and then use it with the thing. There's a lot of little ways we can kind of save on number of inputs we have to do.
Закрыли газ.
Yeah, exactly. But this game is a
Кто-то
game with
оставил плиту
tons of
включенной.
really tiny optimizations. A game of inches, as we like to say.
Вот это да.
But yeah, what I was just going to mention is, just a little lore thing here is that, we have 4 map pieces that we're trying to get, and each of them belong to somebody who was on the crew, I guess, that buried the treasure. And Rapscallion's kind of
Опять воскрешаем мужика.
was the cook. And I guess
Он типа нам сказал, что он
that's the creepy one right there.
плиту забыл выключить перед смертью, да.
But yeah, he was the cook on the ship.
И мы это пофиксили.
I think I left the gas on and didn't realize that. Yeah, that's the reason you died, Rap. It's just so funny. So he wouldn't give us the map piece.
И он дал нам кусочек карты.
So I've done a quick run up to the weenie shack, or what was left of it, we should say. Now we have all of our map pieces. We're gonna give this to.
Теперь у нас все кусочки карты, мы отдаем их картографу.
So we've kind of traded that back, and now he's putting together the map. We're heading back to the Voodoo Lady one more time, and then we're heading into
Next part.
Yeah, we're heading into LeChuck's fortress.
Опять слетаем, сплаваем к этой леди через болото.
Who says, nice to see one of those great LucasArts adventures being run. And I must say, this is a pretty cool speedrun, very different to the norm. So yeah, thank you for that $25.
Amazing, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate ESA letting me show off these kind of like off. Not what you'd consider a speedrun, you know what I mean? Really very cool.
That's still a speedrun.
Oh yeah, it is. It's just off the beaten path a little bit,
Yeah, we're not twerking up an infinite staircase or clipping through doors, but
as you do,
we still get to go fast.
Раннеры говорят, тут никаких особо гличей-то и нету, но мы все еще быстро проходим. Да, зачастую сидишь за этими квестами, просто вечера убиваешь, чтобы эти головоломки решить. А тут просто все за один заход. И это уже близкая к концу локация. У нас тут жесткие пазлы.
So what we're gonna do here is kind of look at the solution here, and what you mostly need to do is just kind of pick, a couple of spots to check. This was a little bit unforgiving of a bone puzzle there, because usually you'll just kind of check the first bone on each of the 4 stanzas.
Добираемся, попадаем в ловушку, на тот зомби-пират приходит и ловит нас.
I think there was 2 heads there, and so you saw the woofs kind of quickly double check the rest of the kind of bone panel there.
И мы можем плеваться. Это плевок рикошетом. Очень смешно. Вырубаем, так сказать, свечу рикошетом плевка. Поджигаем спичку, и все взрывается. И так как мы вырубаем музыку в игре, то мы скипаем всю звуковую дорожку, которая могла бы тут проиграться.
Changed from room to room, so it was kind of like seamless transitions for things. So it's a really cool thing, but of course, speedrunning, we got to turn it all off. Too slow.
So here on Dinky Island, we know as speedrunners the path to get through the jungle. However, the game does not unlock the path through unless we feed all 3 crackers to the bear here. So we get 1 off of the beach there. We're going to get the cracker mix here out of this, and it's important to note that to get this broken bottle, it's one of the rare cases where
пачку крекеров достали.
Time, like using an object with another object, order does not matter. But for whatever reason, using bottle with crowbar to break it skips over that animation of Guybrush breaking the bottle and saves us a couple seconds there.
Так. Взрывчатка.
There we go. Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know why that is. I really don't. Because it both ways work, but yeah, there's an animation consideration there.
Love that dinosaur.
Yeah. This section
Покормили
this is where it gets pretty
попугая
wacky.
крекерами.
Because there's a bunch of weird things like why is any of this stuff in the middle of the jungle? There's a call like a LucasArts
Он нам
helpline
подсказывает,
element
где,
here
куда
where
идти.
you can ask for hints, but they never help you. They
Но они
consider
никогда
it
не
deeper,
помогают.
It makes more sense.
True.
But if you haven't played through this series, then I won't spoil it for you, especially the new game.
И вот тут у нас можно копать. Вот здесь, так сказать, знак зарытых сокровищ.
Alright, great Scott.
И мы
Scott's
кладем
on
туда
point.
бомбу.
That is,
Great
a good sign.
Scott!
Alright, so we are about to dive into the big RNG section here. We like to talk about coffins. We like
И
to
тут
talk about
огромная
and
воронка.
all of that stuff. But this is really where things get a little wild here.
LeChuck RNG.
Не повезло пирату,
So I guess kind of the
повис,
long and short of this is we need to basically
как
build a
этот
voodoo doll
пират
from LeChuck
на
to
мачте
LeChuck here.
из
I don't know,
острова
how do
сокровищ.
you explain the lore here? Because I think it's almost that you can't, I suppose. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, this ending of this game was very controversial at the time, and still is. To be honest, I think.
I think so.
But I like it. The
too.
first time I wasn't very taken with it, but the more you play it, I think you have to make your own sense of it, basically. And it's
Встречаем
nice.
этого
It's
злого
clever. Everybody has
пирата,
their own take,
Личака.
I think.
So in the background, Largo had resurrected LeChuck. We'd obviously taken
Он
him
играет
from
с
down
куклой
low,
Вуду.
but now we have zombie pirate LeChuck, formerly ghost pirate
And
LeChuck.
zombie.
Yeah, oh, right. Oh, true. Yeah.
Yep.
Many forms. Powerful being here. But as you can see, we're being warped around. So as he stabs the voodoo doll, we warp into a different room. This is a 5-room outfit down here. I'll probably let you take over here, Spade, because this is a big brain gaming moment for me at least.
Yeah, so
И нам нужно, чтобы он
we need to
варпал
go through all these
туда-сюда.
rooms and pick up a bunch of items in order to construct our voodoo doll. And that was good RNG.
И это очень хороший
What we
рандом.
start out with is the first aid room. It works
Отлично.
work out best for us if we kind of start from the right and then make our way to the left. We're also additionally hoping that LeChuck doesn't interrupt us.
Это
But
пират
every
Личак.
room you go through, the RNG
Он
constantly
тут
rolls.
ходит
Is
и
LeChuck gonna show up? Is he
мучает
not?
нас,
We hope
но
he doesn't.
надо на него не
In the background,
напороться
we are
еще.
quick saving in order to quick load in case he does show up, because it's much faster than getting warped to the other side of the tunnels and having to go back. So here we go. We got our coin here, and as we're kind of running around getting items, did you check your text speed here?
I tried, but we're in it now. I made a quick save just in case. Oh, it's a double eagle. That's
We got the double eagle.
crazy good luck. My goodness.
Сорвали с Личак труханы.
This is interesting.
Пока он
here. I really
подбирал
think that,
монетку, он такой говорит: опа, Чирик,
I figured
он
that
телепортирует
spot would be
нас.
worth reloading there.
Нет,
Yeah,
это неудачный рандом.
got it. Yeah, for some reason.
You gotta go get the underwear, my dude.
Hang tight. Well, good. We're seeing all the coins here. We're showing them all off.
Yeah, so while the coin doesn't have any bear on the actual
Сорвали
coin,
его
we do
труханы
want to
старые.
root for the double eagle coin.
What is going on here? Can't turn the text speed down. I might just take it as is. I think this.
So it's a little bit of a tight.
Немного не везет. Но я думаю, сейчас может получиться. Так.
So ideally, what we want to do is we want to
Он говорит, вот надо... У него простуда, и говорит, вот высморкайся. И даем ему его трусы. Ой-ой-ой.
Where is this LeChuck been the whole time? But we're basically building a voodoo doll, similar to what we did with Largo, but we're just doing it with
improvised ingredients this time.
So you still need to put the reminder underwear.
Поехали.
Yeah, we'll do it top here. In true Guybrush fashion, though, like improvising everything.
Yep. Bag again.
Close enough. We got this, I think, right?
So it's a cool trick here by going up the elevator, leaving the beard on the floor, coming back down, and making
Мы
it
сделали Вуду
in
куклу из
LeChuck's face,
него,
and that's
короче.
Oh wow. Okay.
Ой, неудачный сейв.
All right. We'll have to wait him out then.
Yeah,
That
so what
text
you're-
speed is
you're
great.
Ну
trying to
вот
do
да,
is
мы, короче, собрали его труханы, его харчи и
reset the text
его
speed
волосы.
between runs,
There we
but,
go.
there we go.
Нажимай
So now
куклу.
that LeChuck has showed up, we get to stab the doll and then head into the next room, and this will basically be our final bit of dialogue before time.
И это почти последний
So
диалог.
it's one section of dialogue here in this room, and then in the next room as well. And that's the run.
И это ран.
This is the controversial ending.
Yeah, that's true.
If you've not played the game, obviously we've skipped the story here, but it's interesting.
Also, shouts out to Walt the dog there, grabbing a little bit of LeChuck arm for the road. So yeah, what just happened here is we've got kind of a Star Wars reference. It's his brother all along.
Это, оказывается, все это время был брат.
His weird, creepy brother Chucky. Oh, that's time.
And now it's time.
GG?
Yeah. Woo. Thanks very much. That was a good
И
run. I mean,
это
the RNG
время.
all kind of worked out for us there, and